For Mataneo's Mythic Journey mission number 1, we need to defeat 3 overwatching enemies with Mataneo in 1 turn. Note first that overwatching means actively overwatching and not just an enemy with the overwatching trait. So how do we do this? Well, let's take a look at Mataneo. Mataneo's active ability, Hammer of Wrath, lets him target an enemy and gives him infiltrate, so he doesn't trigger overwatch. And then he does an additional hit with the physical damage to anything adjacent to the initial enemy. Note also that if he is below 50% health, he doubles the damage dealt by this ability. This is important to note unless you want to upgrade your ability, but we can luckily do this mission in campaigns in Fall Arcadia Mirror Elite. You can do it in any map that has 3 Havocs, but the first one, which then gives the lowest amount of health that we need to deal, is Fall Arcadia Mirror Elite Battle 15, these 3 Havocs here. So I'll show you how to do this. So first, let's bring Mataneo, and then we need to remove anything that has Final Vengeance or summons upon getting hit, like Celestine, anything that auto-heals, like Marshall Dreyer. So just don't bring that, and we can bring Nicodemus to set Mataneo's health to half. As you can see here on the Havocs, they have almost 1400 health and a bit above 300 armor. And since we need to kill them with the physical damage hit from Mataneo's active ability, we need to at least deal around 1700 damage. As you can see, at level 35, we're dealing a minimum of 1000, so if that's doubled, we should be good. So I'll bring a couple of Psychers here because they are good at taking out the Chaos Terminators, and we just need to clean up everything that's not a Havoc, and we can continue along. So my Psychers here aren't super high level, which is good when we want everything to die except for Mataneo. So I'll just go over here and set his health to half, and we will start removing everything else. Okay, so there we go. Now we only have Havocs left. So now we can just make sure that the rest of these guys die. It's important that Mataneo is far away so that the Havocs cannot reach him. We kind of need the target here to die from the last Havoc so they don't split up. There we go. This terrain the Havocs create help a bit. Now let's turn on the zone. Now we can use the active ability onto the center guy here. And since we're at half health, we should be doing more than enough damage to kill these other guys. So there we go. That is Mataneo's mission 1 complete. So let's go claim the rewards. If you find my videos helpful, please consider using my friend code. This gives you 100 Blackstone and me various useful rewards as you level up. Any support is greatly appreciated. For Mataneo's Mythic Journey mission number 2, we need to deal 15,000 damage with Mataneo in 1 turn. So how do we do that? Well, we probably have to use a combination of these 3 Blood Angels characters. Mataneo has a single hit, which is decent damage, but not enough to actually get close to 15,000. So we do have to buff him. And we can make him attack twice by using Mephiston's active ability, which essentially switches spots with someone, and if that someone is Blood Angels, it will do a normal attack with a bit of buff. And if we have Dante within range with his Lord of the Host passive ability, he will get a buff because he is a flying unit and he also has Rapid Assault. And if Mataneo is also below 50% health, he will get another hit from this as well, which is quite nice. So we can get him below 50% health by getting him damaged without dying, which might be a bit tricky, or by using another Blood Angel in Nicodemus. And then we need probably to add something else to buff him, either a hit or more damage. I think a hit is probably better. So either bring Vitruvius, Ancient Thoriad, or Boss Golgort as the last character. And we need to do this in some place that has a high level enemy with a lot of HP, for instance in guild raids or in arena with a couple of characters next to each other. For me, Vitruvius is going to do too much damage to a character, so I probably will have to use Boss Golgorts and see if I can get him and the orcs to target something that isn't the same thing that Mataneo needs to target. It will be a bit tricky to set up, I think. It's definitely possible to do this amount of damage, but we will have to get the right circumstances. I'm going to try to do this in Arena, so I'll be back when I find a target and a map that works well. Apologies in advance, I forgot to record the sound on this video, but here we are in an arena battle. We're trying to do Mataneo's 15,000 damage, so we of course need to bring him, and we bring Mephiston, and we're going to use the quickening to do the switch, so he can attack twice in one turn. And we need to watch out that the Fury of the Ancients don't do too much damage, especially when Dante is close to anything. And we also bring Wag or Boss Golgorts for his active ability. And Dante is of course there to buff Mataneo. And we also bring Nicodemus to reduce Mataneo's health in half so that he gets one more hit from Dante and does more damage from his Blood Angel's trait. So now we need to clear out that mine and we need to figure out how to do this. Mephisto needs to go in, but ideally we don't want to buff him with Dante. I'm not sure I have much choice here. We might have to just hope that there's enough left for us to do. I think I will attack with Boss Golgorts first here, so we can see how much is left and try to get the orcs to attack something that's not a character. Okay, that's decent. If I move Mephiston in here now, he is not getting the buff from Dante when he arrives. So we basically did no damage there, but we did kill the Gemini. So now we've killed both Gemini, and Celestine is a ripe target for us to attack. So let's go and hit Balder. He is the target we do the most damage to. We got a good hit there, and of course since he was at half health we were getting the extra hit from Dante, which I don't think was showing in the tooltip. Then we do the switch here, and Mataneo killed Celestine. As you could see, Mephiston killed Carrion, and the good thing is his quickening wasn't able to get close to Celestine, which we were going to attack. So he needs to be spread out a bit to pull this off. I guess we almost died here from Mephiston's attacks buffed by Calgar, but I think we'll pull through. So that's it, we got the 15k damage. It's not too hard, but you might need a couple of tries to get the correct positioning of the enemy. And you need a fairly open map, so not a lot of bridges and stuff. So let's go check out the rewards here. For Mataneo's Mythic Journey mission number 3, we need to summon 200 units with Mataneo. That is quite a lot of dudes that needs to be summoned. Luckily, he does summon 2 guys every time he attacks. So in theory, we could do this against a single map, just grinding out growths, because those summons flee again. So even if they're high level, they won't be attacking and clearing out the rest of the map. So in that way, it's much easier than, for instance, Bellator. But yeah, it will take a while, and I don't think there's anything I need to show. But like I said, if you find a map with lots of growths, for instance my favorite growth map, Octarius Mirror number 7, you could do this in a single battle if you wanted to. So I'll be back with the rewards in a bit. There we go, that is Mataneo's summoning quest done, so let's go claim his rewards. Mataneo's Mythic Journey mission number 4, we need to score 7 hits with Mataneo in one turn. So let's take a look at Mataneo here. He obviously only has 1 attack, so there's no way we can buff him, and the jump pack intercessors that he summons doesn't count as his own attacks. So we'll have to use the Hammer of Wrath again, and this hits a target with 2 hits, and then it hits every target around it with 1 more hit. Usually when we have active abilities that needs to be hit buffed, we can use Ancient Oread or Tryon or Vitruvius, but Hammer of Wrath cannot be modified as this text here says. So the only way we can do this is to target an enemy that's surrounded by 5 other enemies. That would give 2 in the center and 5 for the surrounding ones. So this can be done in campaign battles. So let's give it a try. It can be done anywhere we have, for instance, grots or scarab swarms or something like that. It should work out. I'll just put in a healer for fun here. And we'll just try to make things down here clump up or spawn grots. Of course, this circle doesn't help, so we'll move him out. Okay, so here we should have the setup. As you can see, we have 1 grot surrounded by 5 grots. So if we use our active ability on this guy, we should be getting 7 hits. And now we just need to clear up the map and we should be good. And there we go. That is Mataneo's hit quest done. So let's go claim those rewards. Mataneo's Mythic Journey mission number 5. We need to deal 50,000 power damage with Mataneo. So there is no time limitation on this one, so we can do it at our own pace or wherever. But power damage is only from his active ability. He has plasma damage normally. This will take a while unless your level is very high, and even then it will take a while. So we'll just have to remember to use the Hammer of Wrath when we are doing any type of activities that involves Mataneo, and we'll get there eventually. So I won't show this, but I will be back with his rewards in a bit. Mataneo's Mythic Journey complete. Let's go claim the last rewards. We got an Archaeotech bolt pistol here for Mataneo. So let's go ascend him to Mythic. Here we go. Mataneo ascended, and we unlocked his relic item slot, which is his weapon slot. So let's take a look. Mataneo does have a relic. It's the same one shared by some of the other Terminators, among Brachial. It's a Relic Power Fist, and any attacks that deal power damage has a 33% chance to both suppress and stun enemies, and it is doubled if it's an active ability. In this item, the percent chance goes up as you upgrade it, so I'll be equipping this. And if we look at the forge here, both the stun and suppress percent goes up along with the damage of the attack. Unfortunately, Mataneo doesn't have a power damage attack in his normal attack, but his active ability is power damage. So once per battle, we're going to have a very impactful hit from this, which gives a bit of flavor to his Hammer of Wrath with this weapon. So it's useful in niche situations, I guess, in legendary events and such, when you just really need to take something out of action for a turn. So yeah, that is Mataneo's Mythic Journey complete. So if you would like to see more of these types of videos, please like and subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments who you would like to see next. If you're an active player looking for a high level challenge, or you simply find your current guild too inactive, please come over and talk to us in the Thunder Warrior Discord, linked in the end screen and the description. We also have a very active beginner friendly guild, punching way above their weight class, so if you're looking to grow, there might be room for you. Until next time, bye bye.